Suffering does not begin in the world around us. It begins in the way we hold the world inside us. Pain is natural, but the story we repeat about that pain is what turns it into long-lasting suffering. This is a simple story about a small bird who learned that freedom is not about escaping storms, but about understanding them. High in the branches of an old banyan tree lived a little sparrow named Tara. She was born during the season of heavy winds. From the moment she opened her eyes, the world felt unstable. The tree swayed, the nest shook, the sky roared without warning. While other birds learned to fly with excitement, Tara learned to fear. Every time the wind blew strongly, she imagined the branch breaking. Every time clouds gathered, she imagined the worst storm in history. Even on sunny days, she worried about the next disaster. The other sparrows would hop and chirp happily, searching for grains and insects. Tara stayed close to the trunk of the tree, gripping the bark tightly. What if I fall? She would think. What if I fail? What if I lose everything? Her fear slowly became her habit. As weeks passed, Tara noticed something strange. The storms came and went. The branches bent but did not break. The sky darkened but always cleared, yet her heart remained heavy. One afternoon, a strong gust of wind shook the tree violently. Tara panicked. She flapped her wings wildly, lost balance, and fell from the branch. She landed in a bush below, trembling but unharmed. She expected pain. She expected disaster. But she was still alive. As she struggled to free herself from the bush, an old eagle who lived on a nearby cliff watched quietly. The eagle had seen many seasons, many storms, and many frightened young birds. The eagle flew down and perched beside the bush. "Why do you tremble so much?" the eagle asked calmly. "The world is dangerous," Tara replied. "The wind is cruel. The storms are terrifying. I am always suffering." The eagle tilted his head. "The wind does not choose you. The storm does not target you. They simply exist." "But they make me suffer," Tara insisted. The eagle looked toward the sky. "Does the sky suffer when clouds pass through it?" Tara was confused. "The sky? No. Then why do you suffer when fear passes through you?" The question stayed in her mind. The eagle helped her out of the bush and guided her to a lower, stable branch. "Pain will visit you," he continued. "You may lose balance, you may fall. But suffering begins when you fight reality or imagine disasters that are not yet here." Tara listened carefully. "Tell me," the eagle asked, "when you were in the nest during storms, what hurt you more, the wind or your thoughts about the wind?" Tara remembered those nights. The nest had shaken, but it had not broken. The real torment had been inside her head. "My thoughts," she admitted quietly. The eagle nodded. "There are two arrows in life. The first arrow is pain. It strikes without warning: a storm, a loss, a fall. The second arrow is the one you shoot yourself: fear, resistance, and endless what if." Tara looked down at her tiny claws gripping the branch. "You cannot stop the first arrow," the eagle said gently. "But you can refuse to shoot the second." From that day, Tara decided to observe instead of panic. The next time the wind blew, she noticed how the tree bent gracefully instead of snapping. She noticed how her wings naturally adjusted to the air. She focused on balancing rather than fearing. When rain came, instead of complaining about wet feathers, she sheltered calmly and waited. She reminded herself, this will pass. Gradually, something changed. The storms did not stop, the wind did not weaken, but Tara's suffering decreased. One morning, while searching for food near the ground, a cat suddenly leaped toward her. Tara barely escaped. Her heart pounded wildly. For a moment, old fear tried to return. "The world is dangerous," her mind whispered again. But she paused. "Yes, danger exists," she thought. "But I survived." She flew back to the banyan tree and sat quietly. Instead of replaying the fear again and again, she let it move through her like a passing cloud. The eagle watched from a distance, satisfied. Weeks turned into months. Tara grew stronger. She flew higher. She explored new trees. She even enjoyed gliding with the wind instead of fighting it. One evening, as the sun set in shades of gold and orange, a young bird approached her nervously. "I am always afraid," the young bird confessed. "I feel like life is only suffering." Tara smiled softly. She recognized her old self in those trembling wings. "Storms are part of the sky," she said gently. "They are not the whole sky." The young bird blinked. You cannot control the wind, Tara continued, but you can learn how to fly with it. When you stop fighting every change, you stop suffering so much. But what if I fall? The young bird asked. You might, Tara admitted. And if you do, you will rise again. She shared the eagle's wisdom about the two arrows. The young bird listened carefully, just as she once had. As seasons changed, Tara realized something powerful. Suffering had never been caused by the world alone. It had been caused by her resistance to it. When she accepted that storms are temporary, fear lost its power. When she stopped imagining endless disasters, her mind became lighter. When she trusted her wings instead of doubting them, she felt free. One day, the old eagle prepared to leave for a distant mountain. Before flying away, he approached Tara. You have learned, he said quietly. Tara bowed her head respectfully. I learned that suffering is not always about what happens. It is about how tightly we cling. The eagle spread his massive wings. Remember this always, freedom is not found in a stormless sky. It is found in a steady heart. After he left, Tara watched the horizon without fear. The banyan tree still swayed. The wind still blew. Life remained uncertain. But Tara no longer suffered the way she once did. Because she understood a simple truth. Pain is unavoidable, but suffering is optional. When you stop fighting what you cannot control, when you stop replaying fear again and again, when you accept that change is natural, you discover that the cage was never the storm. The cage was your own mind. And once the mind becomes calm, even the strongest winds cannot steal your peace.